Hi guys. Now, when you have a good attitude in life, literally all good things come your way. Even if you think you're going through bad things, guess what? As long as you have a good attitude about it, good things will replace whatever you lost. So that's why me, like, I try not to trip off of bad things all the time. Like, I try not to really get mad or I try not to get annoyed, but I just know that something good is going to replace it. If I lost it, then it's not mine. If it's not meant to be, then it's not meant to be. But I know if it's supposed to be mine, it's going to have my name on it and I don't have to look or chase after it. That's why what's mine is what's mine. And in life, sometimes we hold on to something that it gives us no point to hold on to, and we just try and make an agreement saying, hey, can you just come back? We miss that thing so much. Whether it's money, like we don't realize that money is something that we put value on. Like money is just a piece of paper. Literally, you could someone can give you $100 and you tear it up, the money is not even valued anymore. So it's like you can't spend it. It's like you chase money, but then you buy something, then the money is automatically gone. It's almost like tearing it up. So it's like I don't spend time figuring out whether it's going to work out or not. I'm going to just keep on trying. But life is all about trying, and I try to have a good attitude every day. I try to be as upbeat as every day. I try to make people laugh around me every day. I don't try, I do it, and it always works out in my favor. But the positive mental attitude that you need to have, because things are going to just hit you in your face unexpectedly, and when they do, you just have to like try and combat it with positivity. If somebody's being mean and nasty at you, you could either fight fire with fire, or you could just kill them with kindness. And when you kill them with kindness, guess what? That negative energy is not going to really phase you as much, because they're probably going through more worse stuff than you are. So therefore, like me, I'm not going to be mad just because you're mad at me. I'm just gonna look at you, ignore it, brush past it, and call it a day. But life has its challenges every day, and it's sometimes the biggest challenge is just getting up and finding the motivation to get up and do something. And with that, I feel like being productive is what gets you out of the rut. Like once you're out of the rut and once you put goals set aside for you to actually do something about it, then you are more likely to get up with a better positive attitude than to just have a negative attitude just for stuff that doesn't work, that's out of your control. But life has so much meaning. Like you don't understand. Like you could be in a phase where you're just everything is going bad, and then it turns around. Like I had bad weeks for weeks, and then now it's like the weeks are turning into good days, and I'm like, yes, like I'm finally happy and I'm finally doing stuff. But people tend to hold on to the negative way too long, and then it just cancels themselves out and they just start to give up. And then when you start to give up, like you end up feeling even worse about yourself. So best thing to do is to either listen to positive affirmations or find a hobby that can distract you from doing negative things, because when you think negative, it's really just gonna hurt you in the long run. So just be as much as positive as you can, because the positivity is going to spread amongst you, and people, once you're nice to people, people will be nice to you, and they'll be very nice, they'll be very generous, and you're like, wow, you could help somebody and somebody else is going to help you in return, and you're not going to know, and it's going to be help from their heart. It's going to be genuine because you were genuine first. Don't be nice just because you're looking for someone to be nice for you, but you have to do it out of the kindness of your heart, to just give yourself good energy out there, because life is hard on people. Certain people go through a lot and they're either too shy to even talk it out, or when they do talk it out, they feel judged because people are thinking bad about them after they actually speak up. Don't feel ashamed of speaking up about your situation, because it can ultimately help you from being in a bad depression situation into a good one. So just please talk it out. Please be positive. You know, there has to be more positive people than negative people in this world, because it's gonna run a lot smoother if there is. But people have their days. People are, they haven't had food, so they have an attitude with you, or things didn't go right their way that day and they just lash out on somebody. But guess what? Don't let that tear you down. There's lots of life out there instead of you being mad at somebody. It's okay to let out your anger because you've been holding it in for a while, but don't do it to the point where it has to ruin a friendship or it has to ruin somebody an opportunity that should have been on your name. But life is great when you make it great. You have to stand up for yourself and know that you're gonna do something to change your life, because life, you're not meant to just be awake, you're not just meant to exist, you're meant to do more than what you think of. Just have life the way you want it to be. Being positive has changed my outlook a lot on life. Like, I used to be mad, I used to be angry, I used to be, shy and all the time. But I switched my, mental state, because once you switch your mental state, lots of things come better to you. Now I'm more friendly, now I'm more talkative, I'm more laughable, and I get to know people. I get to meet different type of people. But if you just stay in your shell, if you just stay negative all the time, people will brush away from you. People don't like negativity. That's why I'm trying to preach positivity, so that you can at least see what's good out there for you. People need to just get into good mental space. And that's also when you take a break from just doing a lot, sometimes you are aggravated because you're doing so much that you can't even keep up with yourself. How about you just take time off just to relax and just not to have to always worry about something all the time? Just be yourself, and then whoever's supposed to be meant for you, it will come for you, and they won't judge you, and they always help you out, and they'll always be nice to you. You know, there are people that I know now because of me being nice. I would have thought I would have never known them, but because of me being nice and being so approachable, I've known that person now. So you can always talk about your life story, and it's always good to just have someone to talk to. Make a friend here or two, because the difference between you being lonely and you not being lonely is going to be two difference. Because when you're lonely and you have nobody to talk to, you hold all your feelings in, and you end up crying because you have nobody to talk to about your stress. But if you have more people to talk to, then guess what? You won't have to hold your feelings, and you'll ultimately at least have somebody to talk to let go of your stress and to clear your mind, because they can give you advice, and then you can listen to their advice, and then you could have a better day overall. So the whole message of this video is to just be nice and just have something that you look forward to that is going to change your mind and change your life, and then being positive to the point where you can save a life. When you save somebody from going through something, guess what? They'll help you out, and you'll be gifted back. There's always good karma and there's always bad karma, and karma always comes at the right given time, and you'll know it after you've done whatever deed. Whether it's a good deed or a bad deed, you'll get the same in return. But thank you for watching this video, and have a great day. Let's go.